Leading the Whitewater Valley into the future of how you get news. The best coverage in the Whitewater Valley from the best news source. Kicks96 and WHON Video News with Jeff Lane.
How many lives are saved thanks to our digital mammography, detecting breast cancer in its earliest and most treatable stages?
More than you know.
More than you know is closer than you think. Reed Hospital and Healthcare Services.
Welcome to Kicks96 and WHON Video News. It's Tuesday, July the 15th. I'm Jeff Lane. Richmond Common Council is set tonight to hear the pros and cons of a proposed 1% food and beverage tax that would help to create a conference center at the old Reed Hospital. One nearby community initiated its own 1% tax 20 years ago for the same purpose. Here's a quick look at what the Horizon Center means to Muncie. The upside, according to Muncie officials, is that the conference center brings in 70,000 people annually with a $6.5 million impact. And it's a standalone facility. There is no attached restaurant or hotel. Now for the downside. For the remaining calendar year, the center is scheduled to be utilized only 40% of the time. And of the 81 days in 2008 when it will be used, the majority of events, about 42%, are for wedding receptions and private parties. Also, even though the tax was initiated 20 years ago, it remains in effect today to support the conference center. Tonight's meeting begins at 7 o'clock in Richmond Common Council chambers. Yesterday, we reported that the Lewis Dow trial would not take place as scheduled. Dow was to have faced trial on 3 counts related to child pornography. Court officials had indicated that a plea agreement was in the works, but had not been officially filed. Following our report, Wayne County Prosecutor Mike Shipman issued an email confirming the fact that no plea agreement had been filed. While court officials still maintain that there is some type of agreement, Dow's attorney had a different take yesterday. Andrew Maternowski confirmed that there had been discussions of a plea agreement, but nothing had been finalized. Shipman cautioned that it's possible that the case could still go to trial. Defendants are not bound by a plea agreement until a formal hearing is held. In a different case, C.J. Kennedy of Richmond signed a plea agreement admitting his guilt in an attack last year on the Lundy Bridge, but then backed out of it. That case is set to go to trial in September. Starbucks fans in Richmond and Oxford will be happy to know that the coffee retailer lives on, at least for now. Yesterday, Starbucks released a list of 600 stores that would close due to the sluggish economy. Corporate officials said that about 70% of the stores that would close would be ones that had opened in the last 2 years, which would have put the location in Richmond Village in jeopardy. But the Richmond store was not on the list of the 600 to close. Neither was Oxford's. But the stores are not completely out of the woods yet. Starbucks said that they'll announce another wave of closings at some point in the next couple of months. And a new restaurant is coming to Richmond. That restaurant is Rally's. Rally's has burgers, fries, and drinks and offers up its trademark Big Buford. It'll be located on Chester Boulevard at the intersection of Catalpa Drive at the former location of Designer Consigners. There's no official word yet on when construction will begin or when the Rally's will open. It'll be operated by the owner of the Buffalo Wings and Rings franchise on Commerce Drive. Right now, the closest Rally's to Richmond is in Trotwood. And finally, check this out. The Kicks96 gas man struck yesterday. We'll leave you with some scenes.
All my gas, I volunteer my services at Richmond Police Department at volunteering and policing, and also I'm an ER angel at Reed Hospital, and it's all voluntary.
Leading the Whitewater Valley into the future of how you get news. The best coverage in the Whitewater Valley from the best news source. Kicks96 and WHON Video News with Jeff Lane.